Soul Garden. Hello, welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. And right now, Libra, your free horoscope is sponsored by soulmart.me, where we have 2012 Act 2 videos ready for download. This is where I get deep on April, May, and June, particularly what's going on with your Saturn, how long it's retrograding, when it goes direct, what your long-term relationships are doing, all the great gossip, and it's super affordable, and you can get it and watch it right after this if you want. It's soulmart.me. And don't forget to come down to the garden. We have a whole community out there. Today's article is Ooh La La Libra, where the Libras are talking about their long-term relationships and getting back to their Venus. So Librans are talking about it, and relationships is where it's at, literally. Let's talk about that. With the Sun in Aries, Librans are looking at the thing they do best, which is marry and balance others, right? Now, marry isn't always romantic. You have business partnerships. You have all sorts of ways where you are really helping to restore balance. Because Saturn's been working on your ego so hard for a year and a half, almost 2 years, you've been changing. And as a result, your relationships need to change. You're stepping into an entirely new paradigm. Now, on Monday, we come back. The Sun is in Aries and Uranus rules the day. So you might have a relationship breakdown. This might be how you relate to yourself, how you relate to someone else. Wherever the breakdown is, it's highlighting an area where you need to innovate your responses or innovate your approach or change the way things, unfold. So it is a lesson nonetheless. The moon is in Leo, so emotions are very passionate for you, and you are kind of, how do we put this? Well, at the end of the day, you are a little concerned about what the world thinks, because the moon is putting highlight on reputation and whatnot. So no matter what happens, it could be with a friend, it could be at work, it could be with your LTR, you're still concerned about what people think. Try not to, okay? But that's just on Monday. Now, Mercury is still retrograde, and so in this process, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday until it goes direct, Mercury's having you relook at last month's topic, which is lifestyle choices. So it's a parallel of lifestyle choice and relationships at the same time. On Tuesday, you start to break through. Tuesday is is ruled by Mercury, and the last time it's ruled by Mercury, well, Mercury's retrograde. So it's one more inside look at your lifestyle and inside look at your relationships and how the two can coordinate, especially if you feel tied to a life due to a person. Those sometimes get sewed together pretty easily, especially when you're a Libra. Now, the moon does move into Virgo and cross Mars, so you might have a little hiccup in the giddy up in the subconscious, okay? Because moon in Virgo does mean you are exploring weeds, you're exploring your past, and when it hits Mars, which is aggression, you might have repressed anger come out on Tuesday at this point, or you might have a release, a violent moment, something like that. So it does happen as part of the healing, and Virgo is retrograde. Don't forget, we do have help if that happens. We have office hours, which goes live at 11 a.m. on Tuesdays. That's Pacific time, 11 a.m. We also do it on Thursdays. What is, you can come online, ask a question, one of our SoulMart practitioners, and we answer. So all you need is a webcam. We also have a chat room, so come down if you need some help. On Wednesday, your home planet Venus is ruling the day, so you will perk up. I think things start to restore balance, things start to feel more alive. Emotions shift, which is kind of nice, off of Mars, still subconscious, still kind of detached and spiritual with the moon in that space. And these red lines represent where you will begin to resolve fears the next 2 days. It's triggered by Venus moving into Gemini. Okay, Venus had been in Taurus for a long time, focusing on boundary changes. Now Venus is moving into an area where you can receive new lessons, receive new philosophy, receive new meaning and purpose in life. So there's a pressure for you to kind of shift what your meaning and purpose is. And meaning and purpose is a big deal at the end of the year. It's one of the things I talk about in the Act 2s. But what's holding up meaning and purpose? Well, fears about your lifestyle for one, and fears about your past for the other. So having to break away the past and also your current life to move move forward with what you want to believe and where you want to receive and where you want to learn. That's the big theme on Wednesday. On Thursday, we log in. Neptune rules the day, so it's time to talk to our higher self, kind of get a bird's eye perspective on how this whole relationship thing is. This is the time where maybe you pray to your higher self and go, what should I do? Should I leave this person? Should I stay in this thing? Will this ever be resolved? Get a bird's eye. See what your gut tells you. That's what Neptune is all about. This fear between lifestyle and new belief, that might get resolved on this Neptune day. The moon, though, does come out of the clouds and into Libra, where it's going to become full. So you are kind of coming online and feeling better. And emotion, full moon behind ego means you're going to start to feel stronger as the day progresses on Thursday. Now, for those of you who are watched over by the Guardian Agency, by myself, I will be sending out a new feature, which I call Past Life with Texts. This is where I go back to your date of birth and pull some interesting past life facts about you and see what you think. So tell me what you think. I'm curious on Thursday. Then we have Friday. It's Full Moon Friday. A full moon Friday in Libra. So this is the one time of the year you get a full moon and your ego working together. Now be careful. There is a chance of arrogance. I mean, it's full moon and your ego strength, and your Libra 2-point ego is not done yet. It's not done from its construction. It won't be done till your birthday this year. Saturn is retrograde, so there's a lot of things to still reconsider about ego, but nonetheless, your ego gets full. Now, if you've been waiting for strength to do the right thing in relationships, this full ego will give it to you, right? This is very much like a 70s diva song that you will survive, right? Get that full moon in you, and that's it. However, at the end of the day, no matter how strong you feel, the work is changing your relationship, making decisions about how you relate, maybe making decisions about what is fair, maybe being more fair to yourself, you know, and in some cases not unfair to others. But this is an opposition between ego and relationships. And if you're in a relationship, this could definitely be a fight day. No, it doesn't take an astrologer to tell you that, a full moon, but in this case, definitely so. Now, don't forget, if you want a little company in the full moon, we got SG Live with Carolyn Angle and myself at 11 a.m. Pacific time. This is our little webcam radio show. Right now, we have guest Bernadette Morgan, who is an Aries. Maybe she can tell you some things about your nature in relationships, because you're like an Aries in relationships. But we are live, and if you can't catch us in the chat room, well, we do record it for the weekend. Then on this weekend, it's very much a holiday weekend energetically. Saturday is a very aggressive day. So Saturday is a kind of a, coming off the full moon, it's still aggressive, but the aggression has to do with your relationships. You're ready to act, you're ready to make changes, you're ready to maybe step forward and do the right thing. The moon continues in Libra for some time, but then hits Scorpio at some point, depending on where you live on Earth. And so emotions for you shift to self-esteem. So on Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of a self-esteem weekend emotionally for you. And while you're feeling about your self-esteem, maybe processing money issues, you're of course thinking about how to move forward in your relationships and hold space. Now, this opposition, the Sun and Saturn, this is like a 10-day opposition. Although the whole ego versus relationship fight is quiet by the weekend, it's going to go and continue to change for a good solid 10 days. Of course, Saturn retrograde asks you to change until the end of your birthday. However, at this point, you'll make some profound balances between ego adjustments, relationship adjustment, ego, relationship, back and forth for about 10 days. We'll talk about that when we come back next time. All right, Libra, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast, but I will see you in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.